It was so great to be back with the church in the afternoon congregation on Sunday. It's been great to gather with 8:15 and 6:30 over the last few weeks, and I'm really looking forward to finally having our 10 o'clock congregation back on site on Sunday as well. As you can see, things are a little bit different. When you come in the door, things will be a little bit different. But as I've been doing my sermon prep this week, I've been reminded of just how fundamental gathering is to who we are as God's people. God's people gathered around God's King in the presence of God's glory. That's who we've been for thousands of years. And so that's why I've been missing being in the building with you. It's why I'm so looking forward to seeing 10 o'clock come back, having all of our Sunday congregations on site. But because of that, there's some things that are going to be different and some things that I want to encourage you to be thinking about. Not just the 10 o'clockers, but all of us as we either continue to gather or start to gather. 4 things in particular to think about. Firstly, I encourage you to come early. Because we take everybody's temperature at the door and we've got to register details and everybody's got to do the hand hygiene thing, it takes a while to get in. And so we want to start our congregations on time, so we need people to make the effort to come a little bit earlier than they normally would. The second thing is to think about where you sit, particularly if you come as a couple. So we're sorting out some seating things. Couples are able to sit together, but can I encourage you to think about, actually, would there be value in one half sitting over here, another half sitting over here, A, to care for our single people who sit by themselves, they're not allowed to sit next to each other, but B, also to help create connections. So can I encourage you to think about, is that something that we could do as we come into the building? The third thing I want you to think about is whether you're going to wear a mask or not. The Premier hasn't mandated it yet, although according to the Archbishop she might be moving in that direction. Nobody has to wear a mask, but one way of helping to care for those who might be just that little bit more anxious about coming back on site is putting one on. So can I encourage you to think about whether that's something that you might do as an act of love? And the fourth thing is that we need to take the physical distancing and kind of the not mingling thing seriously. So after our formal time together, we're used to hanging around over morning tea or afternoon tea or supper and having all sorts of conversations. We can't do that in the same way. We've got to keep a certain distance apart, and we've got to leave earlier than we normally would. So this too will pass. This won't be forever, but just at this moment, this is part of the price that we pay to be able to gather together safely and in a way that lines up with the government regulations. So I am really looking forward to being with the 10 o'clock crew on Sunday morning, because it's been such a blessing to be with the other guys on Sunday afternoon and morning and evening. It is great to be back together as God's people. Really looking forward to it. We need to keep remembering these things so that we can do it safely and so that we can keep doing it. But I look forward to seeing you on Sunday.